What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we got to be talking about Real Madrid as they're held to Mallorca in a draw. And amen, Kylian Mbappe's debut in La Liga is spoiled by a Muriqi bullet header. And we got to talk about this game. It was an interesting game. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. Road to 200 subs continues. So let's get into the game. And amen, to be honest, before the game, let's be honest. I felt like Real Madrid were going to win probably routine 4-1, 3-0 because Mallorca last year, previous years, they weren't that good. But hey, man, this guy Asano, their new signing, and Mallorca were balling out early on to start the game. Mallorca, they kept possession. They're not known for being possession. They don't really play possession. They usually park the bus, and they did that only at the end of the game when they needed to get the points. But honestly, Mallorca, they look like a team that can play. They look good. And Real Madrid, they were struggling to keep possession. Kylian Mbappe, he was honestly a no-show for probably an hour into the game. And Kylian Mbappe, to be honest, that was kind of underwhelming. I understand he missed a couple of chances, but to be honest, is he really just going to be a final action player for Real Madrid? Is that the only thing we're going to see from Kylian Mbappe? We're not going to see him like on the ball, out wide, beating his fullback, whipping in crosses, and just using his electrifying pace. Because I don't really like him as an out and out striker. I feel like if you put him out wide, he's going to kill players, honestly. Just point blank, Kylian Mbappe. I don't know. He's just not his best game. But I want to talk about this because this is pure Real Madrid, vintage Real Madrid. How many times have Real Madrid out of nowhere, bang, goal? Vini, Rodrygo, they link up, and Rodrygo, what a strike. This is what Rodrygo does. Like, people don't really talk about him, but he also is a match winner for Real Madrid. And honestly, hey, man, if Muriqi didn't score that header, it would have been another match-winning goal for Rodrygo. That was skill. That was beautiful. I can't even lie. And then Vini Jr., honestly, a mixed game for him. In the first half, he was brilliant. How many times did he beat his fullback, left him for dust? And not only that, Vinny Jr., he was also picking out the right passes in the first half. But in the second half, I feel like the fans, they got in his head. That's the thing. And in the second half, he was making the wrong decisions. He eventually got subbed out. I feel like he was subbed out too late too. But Vinny Jr., he was decent for the most part. But this is the thing about football. Like, out of nowhere, Mallorca just scored a bullet header from Muriqi. And honestly, I could see it coming because how many times did Mallorca today? How many times did they whip in great crosses? And this is one of the best target men in La Liga. Muriqi, honestly, he might get a big move soon, maybe a loan thing to Real Madrid. Barca as like a backup option. But Muriqi, he was excellent today. He was very physical. How many times did he link up with his fullbacks, wingers? Just retaining possession for his attacking mids, running onto it. And honestly, Rudiger, I haven't seen Rudiger be physically outmatched by a striker ever until today, to be honest. And Muriqi, like, I've seen Rudiger lock up Holland, and Muriqi was just, honestly, he was a physical beast. He looked like Shaquille O'Neal out there, just dominating everything in the air. And honestly, what a performance from him, man. And then Kylian Mbappe, to be honest, let's be honest, guys, it was a no-show. Um, Besides a couple of chances that he didn't miss, he had one good shot, to be honest, in the whole game, but it was saved. And Kylian Mbappe, I think that people shouldn't worry too much. I feel like with some coaching, he's a great player. How many goals does he score? He's probably still projected to score at least 25 to 30 goals at the minimum. And I wouldn't worry too much if I was a Real Madrid fan. Kylian Mbappe, I feel like it was just some frustration took over, not your day. And also Furlan Mendy, we saw at the end, it's just frustration kick in, the realization of, dang, man, we just can't beat them today. And I feel like it was just frustrating at the end for Real Madrid. I feel like Jude Bellingham also, his performance, he wasn't effective today. And you don't need goals and assists to be effective, but he wasn't really doing with Toni Kroos. Even Valverde wasn't really doing that role either. And I feel like Bellingham, I just feel like Guler played better, and Modric. Modric played really good when he came in. And I feel like Bellingham, I don't know, he just wasn't his game. And maybe that's going to affect him with Mbappe coming in. And also, Toni Kroos, this is such a big absence for Real Madrid if you really think about it. Like, whenever Real Madrid have to control a game, slow it down, the tempo, whenever they play a low block, especially, Toni Kroos is honestly their most important player. In how many years? Like, let's be honest, the last 9, 10 years, Toni Kroos has been pivotal for how Real Madrid play against a low block, and now they don't have him. So they're going to need a replacement. I don't know who's going to be. Maybe I was thinking Camavinga when he comes back, but now he's injured. So for now, somebody's got to do it. I think Valverde, honestly, he doesn't have that, eye splitting pass IQ compared to Tony Cruz. Even Camavinga has it more than Valverde. Valverde is more of an engine, like a dog, like maybe like a Casemiro region in a way. And I feel like they might have to go to the market maybe next year. I don't think they're gonna do it, but maybe Camavinga can do it when they comes back. And the last thing I want to say, how many times does Real Madrid, whenever they just are shut down completely, they just put on the target man, and they get the aerial threats on, and they just whip in spam crosses, and they have some good cross guys who can cross the ball. And last season we saw Joselu. How many times did he come up clutch for Real Madrid? Just winning headers, bang, goal late in the games. And they don't have Joselu no more, man. And I feel like that's gonna be a loss that fans they're not gonna realize. I just feel like that's gonna happen. And then Real Madrid, yes, they do have a bunch of stars. They have a plethora of stars, attacking talent. We saw it with their goal. But hey, man, I've seen off the top of my head PSG with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. It didn't work, man. It didn't work. The balance wasn't there. And not only that, I know Real Madrid does have the culture, but I've also seen Juventus team with a very strong defense. They added Ronaldo, and that still didn't work. So I feel like they're gonna have to get it sorted. 1+1 doesn't always equal two in football. Football is a weird game, man. And hey, next week Real Madrid, they got a chance at home to redeem themselves in their big new stadium, and they're playing Real Valladolid. And Mbappe is going to be really rejuvenated. He's going to want to score on his home La Liga debut. And man, that's going to be a game to watch. I feel like they're going to pack the crowd. And man, that's it for me today. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. Road to 200 subs continues, so subscribe. And man, we saw how football doesn't always go to plan today. But man, see y'all in the next one. Peace.